Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day, wherever you may be around this globe. I know we certainly had a fantastic day. Tiffany, she came out with it last night. She launched her program last night, and I'm telling you, it was awesome. It was awesome. What is it called? Matters from the Heart? What was it?
Hear my heart.
Hear my heart.
Hear
Hear
my
my
heart.
heart. And if you haven't heard it, y'all need to go back and catch that replay. Hear my heart. It was awesome, Tiffany. It was awesome.
Thank
Being
you.
very productive. This is what we're telling you, authors, about being productive. Being productive in whatever you do. Get yourself out there. And it's the way that you show up.
Yeah.
Show up. Don't show up halfway. Show up all the way.
100%.
All the way. You say you're the expert in that area. Well, walk as that expert. Show up for your audience. And with that being said, I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach. And I teach authors or women or whoever it is, okay, that how to maximize their potential.
Yeah.
Whether you're a man or a woman. Because, Tiffany, and I'm saying that because I speak to women, but I have men that show up in my inbox. They want to know how to write a book. So I don't want to leave you out, but I want to show you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table.
On the
Stop thinking
table.
of yourself as, not having what it takes to write that book and get your message out there to your ideal audience. And with that being said, Tiffany, introduce yourself and let the people know who you are.
Great. Good morning. I am Tiffany Rochelle. I'm an author, heart coach, and a life and goal coach. And before I go ahead and start telling you a little bit about me, thank you. I so appreciate you. Oh, that was so kind of you. I appreciate the shout out for the show yesterday. But that's what we talk about here as maximizing your full potential. And you got to make sure that you're speaking to your audience. And for me, I needed to make sure I spoke to the audience, period. So I wanted to make sure I do what I say I do all the time, encourage women to rid the toxins from their heart. And set some true to you goals. That's what matters. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm going to help you again rid those toxins from your heart. Out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. And so whatever is coming from this heart here, I want it to be true to what your speech say. It should line up. So if you got a super attitude, we need to get into here. So I will say, drop your comments, chat with us in the chat field, like and share this, and feel free to tag somebody in the comments because we want them to be able to grow as well. And so we want them also to turn their profit into a passion. So let's get started with the show. I'm ready.
Let's get started. Good morning, Regina. Glad
Good
that you're
morning,
here.
Regina.
Good morning, Tommy. Glad that you're here this morning. Tiffany, it was an awesome weekend. I wasn't out, basically hobnobbing with folks, but I was
Okay.
being very productive. Okay, being
Good.
very productive. Talking to people and reaching people, and different things that was going on. And all of this, it helps people be more profitable.
Sure.
It helps them be more profitable to have those productive days. We can have our self-care days. We can have those days where we kick back. But instead of Netflixing all day or talking on
You
the
don't want to
phone
Netflix
all day,
and
be productive. Because what
chill.
is our theme for this month? Finishing strong. Finishing
Finish.
strong. As we in the 12th a month, the
Mm-hmm.
13th day of this month. Okay? We got
It's
to
going.
remember that we have to finish strong.
Have to. We
Have
have
to
to.
finish strong. And
Have
that's
to.
why we're going to talk today about, some struggles, major struggles that
Mm-hmm.
many authors face. Okay? Now, I told you I'm coming out. I'm coming out the gate
Coming
today.
out.
We're
Come
coming out
on.
today, okay?
Come
We're coming
on.
out because I want to tell authors right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is if you thinking that this is about you. Okay? It's not about you at all. Just to be
Right.
an author. Being an author is not about you at
Mm-hmm.
all. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Missing
Right.
it. Point blank, period. You're missing it. If
Mm-hmm.
there's some self-esteem issues where, you got to say, look at me, and, I've done this and I've done that, this is not the title. This is
It's
not
not.
the title for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Being an
Mm-hmm.
author is not about you, it's about other people.
Come on.
It
Come on.
projects from you,
Yeah.
it flows from you,
Come
okay?
on.
But it's not about you, okay? It's not about you. Because sometimes authors think, oh, if I write this book, lights, cameras, and actions, it's all about me. That's not what
Showtime.
it's about at all. Not what it's
Right.
about at all. They're missing it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're
Mm-hmm.
missing it. So we
Yeah.
want to lay that groundwork. We want
Mm-hmm.
to lay that groundwork because we realize that, this is the last full week before you go into that holiday mode.
Right.
Okay? That holiday
Right.
mindset, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, where
Mm-hmm.
you go, and there's nothing wrong with treating yourself and buying
Yeah.
gifts and presents and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to start investing in yourself at the
Yeah.
level that you expect to reach.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you got to see
Mm-hmm.
yourself as that hot commodity. You got to
Have
see
to.
yourself as that person who needs to increase their value, because anything that you buy with outside of yourself decreases in value.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Expand your mindset,
Mm-hmm.
increasing the value. Those
Mm-hmm.
are things that's very important, Tiffany.
It's
And I
very.
want
It's
to lay
very.
that out to have
Mm-hmm.
people, think about where they're at and how they can make changes for this upcoming year.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
changes
Mm-hmm.
that need to be, stepped into,
They
because
do.
you can't continue going in the same way that you've been going this year and
Mm-hmm.
years before that.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
have to make a decision, and this is
Mm-hmm.
a perfect time to make a decision that allows for no turning back. Okay,
Right. Right.
you see
Right.
where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if it haven't worked all year, if it
Mm-hmm.
haven't worked in the previous years, you got to
Why you
think
still
about
doing it?
where am I, and think
Mm-hmm.
about change. A
Mm-hmm.
change that's going to bring some
Mm-hmm.
revenue into your life. A
Yeah.
change that's going to help you help your audience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Marcia. How you doing today?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's a fact. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Marcia, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Being an author, again, it's not
Mm-hmm.
about you, people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about you at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about your audience. And that
Mm-hmm.
brings, us into did you have anything to say about that, Tiffany, before I move on? Did
No,
you have
that's great
anything to
for
say?
that change. Change is good, and nothing's wrong with change at all. Every day changes. You got Monday, you got 7 days out of a week. The days change, the month changes, the year changes. So
Mhm.
if you see change around you, the trees change when the
Yeah.
seasons change. There's a lot of things that change. So if
Mhm.
things around you have changed, then why can't you change? It's okay to. Even with the caterpillar starts on the ground, but then it goes up
Mhm.
into a cocoon and it goes through its metamorphosis. And then it turns
Mhm.
into a butterfly. Even the caterpillar got sense enough to change. And it grows and it's able to go off and float and fly. We need to do that with ourselves as well. Let's grow. It's okay to change. We have to stop looking at change as a bad
Mhm.
thing, because change is a beautiful thing. It enhances us, and there's things that need to happen. I mean, my body has changed. It's not the same little twig that it was before. Things change, but in the
Things
process
change.
of things changes, you do either one of two things. You either adapt to it or you fold. And I know when to hold them and I know when to fold them. I'm serious. I'm changing, okay, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
and grow with that change.
And that's true, right? We got to grow. We got to grow. And, that moves us. And I saw a comment that I wanted to address before I move on.
Uh-huh.
Marcia said, it's a pleasure. Let's see, what did she say? She
Uh-huh.
says, always a pleasure to be on this platform. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you all on this platform also. You all, coming in this show. It's
Yeah.
always a pleasure, to see our friends and our colleagues, coming here
Yeah.
to support us, because, we definitely support, our colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
this
say
moves us, right into the first talking point, not knowing your audience, okay?
Yeah.
Not knowing your audience. When we're talking about these major mistakes that authors make, not knowing their audience, how are you going to know where to aim your direction? How are you going to
Wow.
know if you don't know your audience? Okay?
Mhm.
You're setting your book up for failure from number one.
Don't
That's
do that.
failure. That's a major failure because
Don't do that.
now it's marketing. If you
Mhm.
don't know your audience when you're writing your book, how are you going to
Mhm.
even market that book? And everything
Wow.
else that's entailed with that, you know?
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
You have no goals.
You
You
have
have
to.
to know your audience. You have to know it.
That's
Many times
powerful.
you might hear, us on this platform.
Mhm.
You might see certain moves that we make on this platform, but all
Mhm.
of those things goes to an audience that we have focused on, previously.
Uh-huh. Absolutely.
It may not
Absolutely.
be, because
Mhm.
there's different angles that
Mhm.
are thought about before these programs are
Yeah,
coming to
they are.
you.
Mhm.
But you have
Mhm.
to know your audience. It's
Mhm.
very important, Tiffany. It's
It's
very
very.
important to know the
Mhm.
audience because if you
Mhm.
don't know your audience, what's the use
Mhm.
of writing that book?
What's the purpose of it? How you gonna know how to appeal to the person if you don't know how to talk to them? You got to know exactly who it is that you're making reference to, so you'll be able to appeal to that individual. There's no sense in me having a conversation with you if I kind of sort of don't know about you. And if I don't know about you, let me get a chance to know you. Let me figure
Mm-hmm.
out what's going on so that we'll be able to dialogue and have a conversation, and that I'll be able to speak your language. I have
Mm-hmm.
people that I talk to all the time, and in the process of me talking to them, sometimes I'm talking from me, but then there's other times I'm still talking from me, but because I've learned them, I kind of talk their language, so I'm able to
Mm-hmm.
appeal to them. But I know who I'm talking to. I've
Mm-hmm.
taken the time to figure out and to study the genre or the individuals that I'm trying to reach, so that I know how to appeal to them when I talk. What's the saying say? When in Rome, do as the Romans. When you know your audience, you are able to appeal to your particular audience. But the catch is you got to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
When you're going into a specific store, I'm going into this store. This is what's getting ready to happen. If I'm getting ready to go meet with the president, I'm meeting with the president. So you present yourself in a specific way because you know who you're dealing with. The catch is get to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah, get to know who you're dealing with, and that's very important. And not only knowing like who you're dealing with, now you're not only addressing those surface things, but
Mm-hmm.
also now you're digging in deep. You're digging
Mm-hmm.
in deep to those root things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna get all those other things around it because
Mm-hmm.
there's always something that shows on the surface.
Sure.
Okay,
Sure.
there's
Mm-hmm.
something that shows on the surface, but there's many things that connect to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have
Absolutely.
to know your audience. You have to know
Mm-hmm.
it, how to dig
Mm-hmm.
deep, and
Mm-hmm.
this gives the depth. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I talk about this, but I like to dig into the depth. I like to
Come
get
on.
into that root.
Come on, Dee.
Get into that root because
Mhm.
that's where the problem lies. Because if
It
you're
is.
only fixing surface things, that
Mhm,
problem
mhm.
is going to always remain there.
It
But you have
is.
to take your audience to that place. That's why you have to
Mhm.
know the audience. You have
Have
to
to know
know
'em.
that pain point.
Mhm,
You have to
mhm.
see beyond what you see naturally.
Right.
You have to
Mhm,
hear beyond what
mhm,
you hear naturally.
mhm,
You have to
mhm.
understand beyond what you understand naturally,
Right,
what they're saying.
right,
Because what
right.
they are saying is
Mhm,
never the problem.
mhm, mhm,
Okay?
mhm.
It's a deeper thing.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
I told you on the show, we're talking about women and we're
Mhm.
talking about maximizing their potential.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Maximizing their potential.
Mhm,
That's the root thing right there.
mhm,
That's the
mhm,
root solution to
mhm.
them not having money.
Right,
Them
right.
not having money. Why
Mhm,
they don't have money? Because they
mhm,
don't recognize who they are. They
mhm.
don't recognize that they could self-produce. They're not maximizing their potential. They're just
Yeah.
staying here on the surface. Oh, what
Mhm,
I can do. It's all
mhm,
about I. As long as you
mhm,
remain in that I place,
mhm, mhm,
okay, me,
mhm,
you'll never,
mhm. Mm-mm.
you'll always struggle. Put it that way.
Mhm. Yeah. That me needs to be turned upside down and let it be a we.
Yeah. A
Because
we.
the unfortunate thing is we become so selfish and fixated upon us. It
Mm-hmm.
can't be that way. You need to be a servant first. And in the process of you being a servant, it's easy for you to get what you want when you're serving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens. Servants serve individuals and they give them what they want. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
servant. I'm telling you, this is what my need is, and you're able to go get me what I need, and you're able to provide exactly what it was that I asked for. So,
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
Yeah.
servants
It's
first.
true.
Stop being selfish, become a servant, and give to the people. And
And
giving
give.
from giving from your authentic self. People are able to be edified. And that if you really want to be selfish, you can be selfish in the aspect of giving them what they need. But it's you giving it. That's the selfish part. Is it's you giving
Mm.
to the individual, but it's still in that it's still not being it's still not just about you,
No.
but it's you giving.
You
So, and
give.
it's a beautiful thing. Open your hand and give. It's better
Yeah.
for you to give.
It's
It's better
better.
for you. Yeah.
It's better. And I'm looking at one of the comment, and it's so true. It's mentioned it's all about embracing experiences. Yeah,
Hmm.
embrace the experiences and even taking it deeper. Even taking that experience deeper
Hmm.
to those
Hmm.
deeper levels,
Yeah.
because it's a form, and that's gonna, bring us into the next topic, even
Hmm.
taking it deeper,
Yeah.
knowing your audience and
You got to know.
really digging deeper into that place where it's going to
Mhm.
bring that transformation. Because,
Yeah.
a transformation has to take place. It
Has to.
has to take place,
Hmm.
you know?
Has to. Hmm.
And, authors, this is something that you always have to keep in mind. It's about transformation. Your book's supposed to bring transformation.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
like, oh, I've written a book. Oh,
Yeah.
yippee yay yay. I've
Yeah.
written
Yeah.
a book. I'm an author
Hmm.
now. I'm this, I'm that, telling
Yeah.
everybody. But is your book bringing a transformation?
Hmm.
Is it bringing
Hmm.
the transformation to that group
Hmm.
or that
Hmm.
person that is, supposed to be aiming
Hmm.
toward?
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
not
And the
that, not
transformation can be
delivering.
for both.
Hmm?
The transformation actually can be for both. The
Yeah,
transformation is you transformed and shared something, and what you're sharing transforms somebody else's life, and then it just becomes a domino effect. So
yeah,
you've changed somebody else's life from sharing from your experience or whatever it is that you put down on paper. In turn, it just keeps going. So whoever you impacted, they're going to impact somebody, and it just keeps going, or I should say, it keeps growing.
yeah.
So transformation has to happen. It has to happen, and
Transformation.
transformation begins with you.
That's so true, huh? And that
Yeah.
what Marcia say, it's good when
Mhm.
people want to receive. So
It
many is
is.
not ready. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's good
Mhm.
when people want to receive. Oh,
Mhm.
but what you do, our job is to put it out there. Now,
Yeah.
whether they receive
Mhm.
it or not, that's up to them.
It's on them. Mhm.
Okay, it's up to them. If a
Mhm.
person's not moving forward to maximize their potential, all
Mhm.
Tiffany and I could do is just put it out there. And if they
Mhm.
don't receive it, that's on them.
That's on
That's
them.
on them. But I'm gonna tell
Mhm.
you one thing: me and Tiffany, we moving on. We
We
giving
gonna
it
go
to
on.
you, but we moving
Mhm.
on. We
Mhm.
moving
Yeah.
on.
True.
And this is another. We moving on, and
Mhm.
it's also a time to rid yourself of dead weight. Okay,
Come
moving
on.
on. Dead weight
Mhm.
is dead weight.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
when you
Mhm.
find people that's not receiving whatever, gotta move
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
Bye.
You have to. You
Okay,
have
bye.
to. You're not gonna weigh
And
me
this is
down.
the season, yeah, to get rid of that dead weight. You remember
Mhm.
I told you about now I think it was last week. I was talking about a matter of elimination. Okay,
Yeah.
taking
Mhm.
that big sheet of paper, putting
Mhm.
that circle in the middle, putting
Uh-huh.
your
Mhm.
goals in the middle. Okay,
Mhm.
your
Mhm.
goals,
Mhm.
and then everything around the perimeter.
Yeah.
That's you write around everything that you're involved in,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you take a look at that sheet of paper. If those things around that perimeter is not, serving you or focus or pointing
Mhm.
toward those goals, it's
Yeah.
time to let
Yeah.
those things go. Things,
So long. Bye bye.
people, places, whatever. I have no problem cutting off things quick,
Mhm.
fast, and in a hurry
Gone.
because
Mhm.
we have to be what
Mhm.
focused. Why do they put those little blinders on the horse? You've been to
Uh-huh.
the racetrack,
Keep
so
it
they can be
focused.
focused, right? Focus,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
focus.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
know,
peripherals work real well. They start seeing stuff around there and it distracts
yeah,
them. So
distracted.
keep the blinders on.
Keep the blinders on, and this
Mhm.
this is it. You know, hone in on your audience and
Yeah.
focus on where you're going. We're
Mhm.
in an
Mhm.
area right now. We're in a time right now where
Mhm.
the 12th month, the 13th day of the month, where
Mhm.
so many weeks left,
Yeah.
and it's time
Mhm.
to get rid of some dead weight.
You have
Get
to
rid of
get rid
some
of it.
dead weight.
You have to get rid of it. That's just like even with plants. You
Mhm.
got these little saps that's on the side, the little sap suckers. And what they do is suck the nutrients
Oh
from the
yeah,
plant. If you don't pluck those things off, it's detrimental to the plant.
oh
So
yeah,
I want the plant to live. And we'll talk about, dealing with the root of the issue. In order for you to flourish and you to see fruits, you got to deal with stuff that's at the root of the problem. And so I need to suck off those sap suckers and I need to let them go because they're taking all the nutrients out of me. They're taking all the value from me. And then
yes,
I'm good for nothing. I'm not able to help anybody, not even myself, because I got all these sap suckers. I got all these things that's weighing me down
yes,
and they're taking everything from me. And I can't be profitable, meaning beneficial to individuals, when I got so many things that's weighing me down and they're just taking life out of me. You have to be able to remove the weights from your life because if you don't, you're going to sink. Then
you
wait,
sure
that's
do.
what anchors do, right? You go
That's
out there,
it.
you're out there on the water, you take the anchor and it keeps you stable or it keeps you
Hmm.
there. Or depending upon how heavy the anchor is and how heavy you are, is going to overtake you and you're going to drown. Cut the weights off so you'll be able to live.
And that's a
Have to.
good, yeah, that's true. And that's a good analogy there. The anchor, okay?
Mhm.
The anchor, your message, serving the people, the
Mhm.
little things that's coming out of them, those sap suckers. And when you
Mhm.
write your message, you write your book, you're
Yeah.
able to, take your audience or your ideal audience into
Mhm.
that place through your message where
You
those
can make.
sap suckers are cut
Mhm.
off
Mhm.
because you don't
Mhm.
see those sap suckers,
You
okay?
don't.
But when you delivering that message,
Uh-huh.
and that
Mhm.
message, and your ideal audience, you're
You know.
delivering that message. You have
Mhm.
written that message with that certain aim to
Mhm.
aim at those things without not
Mhm.
saying it, but you
Mhm.
aiming at those things. Well,
Mhm.
that's going
Mhm.
to bring that transformation to that
It
person.
is.
That's
It
going to,
is.
allow them to not be weighed down. It's going to lift those heavy burdens off
It
that
is.
person.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
so it's
Mhm.
more than what you see as an
Mhm.
author. Being an
Uh-huh.
author is more than what you could ever think about. Okay,
Mhm.
you really
Mhm.
have to understand what it means to be an author.
Mhm.
Okay, in
Mhm.
other words, it's a great responsibility.
It is. It
It's a
is.
responsibility.
It is.
It's not just something, oh, I'm gonna pick this, I'm gonna be an author, I'm gonna write this book, I'm gonna be an author,
Mhm.
it's a
Mhm.
great responsibility if
It
you
is.
really understand what it means to
Mhm.
be an author.
Mhm. And you're absolutely right. And you're a great teacher. Because when in the process of being an author, you're teaching individuals, whether it's a how-to book, whether it's a nonfiction book, you're taking me through a fairy tale land, you're
Yeah,
teaching me something.
yeah,
So, and you have to understand, it's not just this glamorous life of, I wrote a book. Hey, I'm just here. Like,
yeah,
make sure you understand you're teaching people stuff.
yeah,
You're more than just an author. It's just
yeah.
more than just say, having your title on a book. You're more than that.
It's more than that, much more. Yeah, and that brings us where? By what? Not delivering ongoing value, y'all. Not delivering ongoing value. Let
Mhm.
me tell you what some authors do. They
Talk.
rely on royalties. Okay, they just
Mhm.
rely on royalties. Okay,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
just like we said, you have to connect on levels. There
Mhm.
has to be connection on level. You just can't
Yeah.
sit back there and say, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna wait for the royalties. I'm just gonna wait
Yeah.
for Amazon to send me my
Mhm.
royalties, or
Mhm.
Google Play, or Barnes and Noble,
Whoever.
whoever it may be."
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
you have to, and if you're thinking that way, you've missing it. You have to
Mhm.
connect on levels.
Yeah.
This is all about connection. It's
Mhm.
more than engaging, okay? Because people
Yeah.
can engage, go back and forth. How you doing? Blah blah blah. I'm doing this.
Mhm.
This that. You gotta
Mhm.
connect.
Have to.
Engaging is one thing,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
connection is something else.
Yeah.
That's a different level.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different
Mm-hmm.
level, Tiffany.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Engaging is one thing, but
Mm-hmm.
connecting, because you can engage with people all day long, but
All day
yeah,
long.
but you
Mm-hmm.
got to connect with them and never
Mm-hmm.
connect with that person.
Mm-hmm. 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 It's a true statement. It's a true statement.
Mhm.
But you just, you have, as you always say, you got to go deeper, because it's the
Gotta go
deeper,
deep.
the connection to a degree is the deeper. Because I
Mhm.
mean the engaging. Because I'll
Okay.
talk to you in a minute. I'll
Yeah.
find somebody in a minute. But it's us linking. I should say
Mhm.
the connecting. I'll say, hey, what's going on? Whoa,
Mhm.
yo. But it's how much can you like me? You know, after I'm engaging with you, I need to be able to connect. I need you to be able to like not like everything, but I need you to be able to like what's going on. Because for me,
Mhm.
if I like you, I want to be around you. I'm going to want to know more about you. I'm I'm more prone to hearing what's going on if I like
Mhm.
you. So it's like I'm engaging with you. I'm gonna be able to like you. You know what? Let's connect.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what? I like
Mhm.
you. I'm connecting with you because I
Mhm.
like what you're saying. Your words are valuable, and
Yeah,
your words make sense. You know what? Your words are bringing life to me. Here we go.
that's it.
Let's go. Let's grow. Hmm.
That's it. That's good. Just what
Hmm.
you said. Bringing life, let's
Hmm.
grow.
Hmm.
Let's grow.
Hmm.
Okay?
Hmm.
And even though they may have some things, they have them sapsuckers and all these other
Yeah.
things in their life, they're
Hmm.
willing to grow. And
Yeah.
as they're growing, you understand
Hmm.
that message is going to take and it's going to eliminate, start cutting away at
Hmm.
those things that's,
Uh-huh.
holding them back from growing. But that comes with an understanding also.
Hmm.
Okay. And just like Marcia
Yeah.
said, some people are not ready to receive. Oh, just put it out there. That's on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
When we deliver a message, when we write a message,
Yeah.
hey, it's out there.
Yeah.
Whoever get it,
Hmm.
get it.
Uh-huh.
Whoever has an ear to hear, let them hear
Right.
it.
Let them
Okay?
hear
Whoever
it.
has the understanding,
Hmm.
what?
Hmm.
You know
My
what I
thing
mean?
is, my thing is for me, I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not
Yeah,
responsible for what you comprehend. If you
that's
don't
it.
get it and you haven't grasped it, that's on you. But I did
Mhm.
my portion. I did what I was supposed to do. I did my part. I delivered it. I
Yeah.
said what I had to say. So now it's on you to take in what it is that it was that I said, or what you're. It's better for you not to know it than for you to know. And I'm gonna fix it and remix it. It's better for you not to know it than not know and grow. Okay.
That's
So
it.
listen, grow.
Yeah,
Grow.
grow.
Hmm.
And that's why you have to deliver that ongoing value to
Hmm.
bring a person, into that place where
Have
they
to.
grow.
Hmm.
Even you might have some people in the beginning, they just, oh, I'm not gonna change. This is the way I've been, all my life, and this is the way I'm gonna be. But
Yeah.
that word, that message, when you
Yeah.
write it, it has a
Hmm.
way to go in and cut
Hmm.
off those things. It has a
Hmm.
way to transform even the
It
hardest
do.
of hearts.
Hmm.
Okay. So they
Hmm.
begin to see themselves because
Yeah.
some people, because they've been so hurt, because
Yeah.
by empty words. Okay, that's why you got to
Yes.
write and be authentic about it.
Yeah.
Empty words and empty promises, they have put up walls, but your message should
Hmm.
be a way you write your message in such a way where those walls, they begin to trust again.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
begin to open up and see
Hmm.
what it is for them, that can
Hmm.
bring that transformation into their
Yeah.
lives.
Hmm.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
why we have to know,
Hmm.
who we are.
Hmm.
We have to understand who we are. We have to
Hmm.
write from our core. Okay,
Have to.
we have to
Have
write
to.
from our core. We just can't just grab something just to write. Let me write this. Let me write that. Let me
Hmm.
let me let me just put something out there. No,
Right.
you have to think
Right.
about what you're
Right.
writing. Everything has a purpose. Everything is a plan. You
Everything
know,
does. Yeah.
everything is important. It's
Yeah.
just
It
not
does.
thrown together.
Hmm.
Just like us, I think one of the broadcasts we were talking about before, where they say, "Oh, just write something. Get up every morning and just write something. Just write
Hmm.
something."
Hmm.
We're not
Hmm.
allowing those people to think about, "Hey, I don't have to just write nothing."
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
I got
Mhm.
so much inside of me. That's what I,
Mhm.
Tiffany, what we're trying to get the people to see.
Yeah.
There's a lot inside of you. You just
It
don't
is.
have to write
It
what
is.
just nonsense on the paper.
Yeah.
Learn how to take time
Mhm.
and get what's inside of you and put
Mhm.
it down on paper.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay?
Mhm.
Learn how to do that
Mhm.
and bring
Mhm.
value to your audience.
Yeah.
Bring
Mhm.
value to your audience.
Have
Allow
to.
yourself to be amazed at yourself. Because
Mhm.
sometimes, I have to go back and I write something, or I might be doing a audio or a video, and I'm
Yeah.
teaching and I put it on
Yeah.
platforms, so
Yeah.
I can put it up for sale, and I have to go
Mhm.
back and think about that thing, even though
Uh-huh.
I had planned it and written it out. But it's never gonna go like I planned it. It's always gonna
Mhm.
be something extra, and I
Yeah.
got to go back and listen at that myself. And I said,
Uh-huh.
"Wow, that came out of me."
Yeah.
Yo,
Like
this is what we're
seriously.
trying to tell you. The same for you, huh?
That's serious. I done that. Like I go back and read, and I'll like you said, I have some memos that I have because I did at one point in time. Think about it. It was a little podcast that I did. It was
Mhm.
called Think About It, and as I sat and listened to some of those, I said,
Yeah.
man, I said, oh, you smart. Like you got something up here. You might be onto something there. So
Yeah.
like it's amazing when you're able to pour out from you.
Yeah.
And for me, because I'll do recordings as
Mhm.
well as I write. And it's beautiful that when I do actually write and
Mhm.
I go back and see, sometimes I'm writing from a place that I haven't arrived at.
Yes.
So back then, what I wrote, I'm writing it out and I'm getting it out of me, but it's just in me, but it's speaking to a later me. Like,
Yes.
and it's something that's enhancing me, that has encouraged me in my now that I go back and look at it and I'm like, wow,
Mhm.
you're on to something. Thank
Mhm.
you. So that takes me from where I'm at now, from my
Mhm.
past tense, takes me up from where I'm now, and it pushes me a little further.
Oh
So
yeah.
and if I keep this up, it's going to do nothing but continue to be my coal in the train that's going to keep me going. It's
Yeah.
keeping me fueled so that I'm able to continue to go and grow, which in turn benefits everyone else that's around me.
That's so true. That is so true.
Mhm.
It's come. That's why you never have to worry about running out of material. When that
Yeah.
guy asked me last week, he said, "Oh,
Oh,
you do 5 shows. Where do you get all the material?"
yeah, yeah,
That's got to be
yeah.
hard. I said, "No, it's not.
Mhm,
No, it's
mhm.
not, because we have an ever
Mhm,
flowing content inside of
mhm,
us.
mhm,
All we have
mhm,
to do is just sit back and think. Okay,
mhm. All you have to do is think.
just think back
Mhm,
and think,
mhm,
and
mhm.
they'll start flowing.
It
A lot of
will.
times it's flowing so fast, I have to get my phone and start speaking into it. You know, because
Because
it's
the word,
flowing so fast, y'all,
but
and
that's
that's for you
real.
too, huh?
It's real. Because like sometimes I'll be thinking it out and I'm like, yeah, I have my notes and let me go ahead. And then I feel like I'm not writing fast enough. Man, what did I just say? Forget it. You know what? Okay, so this is what I got to do. Let me tell the and I say whatever it is that needs to
Yeah,
be said. And then I can go back and I'll go ahead and write because I still like to look at the written word.
yeah,
Still, I like hearing it, but there's something about writing and
right
reading
now,
too.
yeah,
All of them just work for me.
yeah,
But when it goes too fast and them thoughts start to go, you ain't lying. That voice
yeah.
memo will bless your whole life.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
that ongoing value. So, audience,
Mhm.
we want to let you know, never stop delivering ongoing value. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
It's
And those
very.
are, yeah, the moments that's going to bring that transformation. Here's
Mhm.
another one: worrying about perfection.
Mhm.
Worrying about perfection. This is the thing right here.
Mhm.
Who's missing out on your message because you're sitting back worrying about perfection?
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
not about you. It's
Mhm.
about your ideal audience.
Mhm.
Who's missing out on that message? Who's
Mhm.
waiting for that message?
Right.
There's somebody waiting for that message, but
Mhm.
it's all about you.
Mhm. Mhm.
Being an author is nothing about you.
Yeah.
If there's a place in your life where you're not feeling like you're getting attention and everything, and you want to get attention and this,
Mhm.
that, and the other, this is not the title, y'all. This is not
Mhm.
the title, because
Mhm.
being an author is not about you at all.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you write it about you, you're not going to see the success that you need to see, that
Okay.
you want to see. Put it that way. Worrying about perfection. How many books that we have written, I mean, not written, we have bought, and
Mhm.
there's some little imperfection there.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know,
There is. Mhm.
we're human.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
can always go back
Absolutely.
and fix those things,
Mhm. Mhm.
especially, when they're in a digital thing, we can fix it quick, fast, in a hurry. Okay?
Real quick.
Because sometimes the editors miss it. Sometimes
Mhm.
we miss it.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Yeah.
back and take it down, go back and fix it, go back and
Mhm.
update it and put it back on.
And put it right back there. Mhm.
Put it right back there. But
Mhm.
don't be so wrapped up in perfection. Don't be so wrapped up where it's got to be perfect.
Mhm.
There's never a perfect time.
It isn't.
There's
It
never
isn't.
anything perfect. How many
There
times
is.
you've been to the store and you bought something and you seen, everything wasn't perfect?
Mhm. Right. Mhm. Shelves ain't lined up.
Yeah,
Bread is down there, and this it's not even on it. It's not even on the bread aisle. Somebody will have put some bread someplace else in the yogurt section. It's happened before.
it's happened.
Things aren't always perfect.
Things aren't
Yeah.
always perfect. This
Mhm.
laptop computer I have, I'm looking
Mhm.
around the edges, and when I first
Mhm.
bought it, some of
Mhm.
the things wasn't perfect. Well, do
Yeah.
I send it back? No. Why should I send
Mhm.
it back? It's not
Mhm.
perfect.
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
imperfections in things. Okay,
There
and
is.
this is not a cheap
Mhm.
laptop. This is what, an HP and stuff
Mhm.
like that's the brand I love. This is not
Yeah.
that's just my brand. Okay,
Yeah.
so,
It's
but
a
it's
good
not
one.
perfect. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Things are
Mhm.
not perfect. So
Mhm.
authors, you can't, you know, just think about everything has to be perfect
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
allow that to hold you back, because
Yeah.
who's really missing out?
Right.
Who can
Right.
benefit from something that you're not putting out there? Who's missing
Mhm.
out?
Mhm. You can't wait for the perfect, because like you said, there's no perfect time for anything. There's no perfect time to break up with somebody. There's no perfect time for you to be like, hey, I'm going to quit. Somebody is always going to lack in the situation if you try to wait for a perfect time. But then even depending upon what it is that you're getting ready to express, there's always it's always an uncomfortable it's always an uncomfortable thing to kind of like express something um uh, that's like a breakup, I guess I could say. That can always be kind of like uncomfortable. But waiting for the perfect time in that, who is it benefiting? It's not beneficial just to keep waiting, because you're probably, if it's a breakup, let's just say it that way. If it's a breakup, you're hurting yourself because you're
Mhm,
already not wanting to be in that situation. So stop waiting
mhm,
for the perfect time, rip the band-aid off and just go do it. If my hair wasn't perfect today, my hair is not acting right today at all. So if I still want to stay in the bathroom, I'm waiting to get my hair in the perfect spot. I never would have showed up here because my hair is not perfect. Waiting for to release your book because you're waiting to get, oh, this thing got to be perfect. So what, your comma is not there. Okay. So what that you didn't put the period right there. You can always go back and fix
mhm.
it. But waiting and saying this has to be perfect, nothing in life is perfect. So
Yeah,
my shirt won't stay perfect on my top right about now. I mean, on my body right about now. Something is always going to go wrong. Even
that's
with
it.
designers, they'll they may put something out and it just says irregular on the tag. They still put it out though. They just gave you a disclaimer and said this is a little irregular, but I'm grateful that they went ahead and put it out. Stop
Mhm.
worrying about putting something out unperfect. Go ahead and do it. Fix
Yeah.
it later. My one of my favorite saying is I'm gonna say it and fix it later. I'm gonna at least tell you this is how I feel, and if I have to
Mhm.
go back and smooth it over, all right, I'll go ahead and smooth it over. But one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna tell you this is how I feel. You didn't get it? Okay, let's revamp it. All right. Didn't get that one either? Let's revamp it. But I'm
Mhm.
gonna get it out to you. I'm gonna make sure you get it. Fix it later. I'm not worried about it being super perfect. I'm worried about you getting it. That's what
You
matters.
getting it.
You
That's
gotta get it.
you got to
Gotta
get
get
it, huh? You got to
it. Yeah.
get it, and that's so important. Just like cars, right? They know they didn't put these cars out, and
Mm-hmm.
there's imperfection. That's why there's recalls. If big
Uh-huh.
corporations could do it, y'all just get
We
it out there. They have to get it out there, but then there's a recall, right?
can.
And they call the people in to fix it. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but
These
we're
phones
talking about,
always
yeah,
updating.
and and that's a major thing right there. But we're talking about a book, okay? The
Book.
message hasn't changed. We talked
Mm-hmm.
about maybe something you didn't put a period there, or you
Mm-hmm.
misspelled the word, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe it just didn't look right.
Right.
The
Mm-hmm.
message is important. Your
Right.
ideal audience is important. Everything else,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know,
They still can receive the value from a missed comma.
yeah. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's those little things, but those things hold people back.
Yeah.
Those things hold people back. And
Mm-hmm.
good
Mm-hmm.
morning, Jean. How you doing this morning? Glad to
Hey,
see you
good
today.
morning. Good morning.
Here's another one. Not following the proven formula.
Mm-hmm. Hit them with the head. Hit them upside the
Not
head with it.
following the proven formula. I'm going to
Uh-huh.
tell you, authors, readers expect this.
Mm-hmm.
You may not think about it, but readers expect you to follow a formula. When you write in a book, there's a formula, there's a
Yeah.
blueprint. Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It, a lot of times, people don't follow that. You say the ones who are creative, I'm an author, this is my book, I have this message,
Mm-hmm.
because they figure it's going to be restrictions. It's
Okay.
restricting them to stay in a certain area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, an area that makes sense, an
Mm-hmm.
area that could get them to the bestsellers list. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
without doing all these other things to
Mm-hmm.
get them to a bestsellers list.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not because a lot of times, if you're not worrying about success, well, just do it any way you want to do it. Okay, there was
Wow.
one time on the Amazon platform where you could give a review. You didn't even have to buy the book; you could give a review. But
Mm-hmm.
Amazon fixed that because they
Mm-hmm.
were noticing that people just giving reviews without
Mm-hmm.
even buying the book. There's many ways to cheat to get where
Uh-huh.
you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Mm-hmm.
different ways people would cheat. Okay,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
even with the bestseller, there's some things they cheat to get people to buy their book and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah.
Mm-hmm.
Support them and
Mm-hmm.
this, that, and the other. But a lot of times, people don't want to follow the guidelines. They don't want to follow that. They want to
Mm-hmm.
do it their own way.
Sure.
Okay, they want to do it their own way because what? They don't want to invest in themselves
Mm-hmm.
and it's going back to what Marcia say,
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to, they're not receiving it. I'm
Okay.
going to do it
Mm-hmm.
this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
going to tell me how to do it. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to get it out there
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
without following the right, correct way of doing things
Mm-hmm.
and not knowing that by doing things that way,
Mm-hmm.
they may have their book all over the place. The ideas may be floating here. It may be
Mm-hmm.
going there. They're not bringing it together. And
Mm-hmm.
different, other
Mm-hmm.
things can happen along the way.
Yeah.
And this is the
Yeah.
true thing, They
Mm-hmm.
just thinking, I write it, I'll get it out there, and it's
Mm-hmm.
sitting. And what happened? The
In
book is
that box.
sitting in boxes in the corner, collecting dust,
It's in that
deteriorate.
box. Uh-huh.
They're in that box.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But readers expect this.
Yeah.
What does your reader expect?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about you. It's about your audience. It's
Mm-hmm.
about your readers. It's
Yeah.
not about you.
Mm-hmm. And that's the catch is you got to know your audience so that you'll know who you can appeal to, though. So you got to do that. So you're making sure that you have that beginning, middle, and that end. Make sure that there's a good setup in there so you'll be able to reach your audience with that value that's
Yeah.
in that book. You got to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Have to.
And that goes even further into that, about even further into that beginning, middle, and end. There's other things that, go into that formula, into that blueprint, where,
Mm-hmm.
it could come where that book is really going to pop because you
Mm-hmm.
want that book to pop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want that book. People, uh,
Yeah.
to want additional things from you.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Once they read that one book, they're going to want additional things
I need
because
more.
this is longevity. And we're talking
Mhm.
about not a surface thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're talking about a deep thing. We're talking
Yeah.
about something deep that's going to
Mm-hmm.
touch them to bring a
Yeah.
transformation.
Yeah.
Not only that little thing just to get them over a situation,
Mm-hmm.
but to eradicate a situation
Mm-hmm.
or to bring them into a area where they could
Mm-hmm.
truly understand. Because
Mm-hmm.
without complete understanding, hey,
Mm.
people may fall right back into that same situation. You
Right.
have to
Right.
have a complete understanding, Tiffany.
Have to. Have to.
There's a proven formula, okay?
Mm-hmm.
A
Mm-hmm.
proven formula
It
which
is.
has existed and has, have results, have
Mm-hmm.
brought
Mm-hmm.
people to that best-selling list
Mm-hmm.
with their books.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
proven, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
That's why it's a proven formula, because it works.
Mhm.
Because it works. So there's a reason why you have the proven formulas. It's not just a formula,
Yeah,
it's the proven one, because this has proven to be the right thing to do. This is
yeah,
the right one. So, because
yeah,
there's a lot of one, and it became the proven one because we probably tried some and those failed. And
those
that one that
fail.
you tried failed, but they were successful enough to try again. Because if at
Mhm.
first you don't succeed, try again. They
Try
tried again
again.
until they found the one that worked.
Yeah.
So,
This different, just like everything else has a formula.
mm-hmm.
Whether it's called a recipe or whatever, it has
Yeah,
a formula. The way
uh-huh.
you do things, it's the way you do
Absolutely.
things.
Mm-hmm.
And the mind sometimes wants to get out of control and do what it want to do. But
Uh-huh.
we have to learn how to train our minds. It's like training is good.
It is.
Training is good,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
It is. It is. Yeah,
And you
it
would
is.
say that's right. We are looking for longevity. Yes, we
Mhm.
are. We're looking for longevity
Right,
because
right,
that's
right,
what it's all about.
right.
That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's another one.
Talk to us. Talk to us.
Not utilizing their greatest resource. Now, what you think that is? Not using their greatest resource.
You just hitting upside the head today. Come on, let me get. I ain't got no mitt right now, but I'm about to catch this one. Let's go.
I
Get
told
it
you
up.
we were coming out the gate today. Your
I got it.
greatest resource is collaboration, cross promoting. Okay,
Mhm.
having
Yeah.
that genuine desire to help others.
Uh-huh.
That is a major, major thing that a lot
Hmm.
of authors are missing. Okay.
Yeah.
You remember
Yeah.
even when I put out that with that holiday guide, whatever it was, a few
Yeah.
weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
gathered everybody's information and
Mm-hmm.
sent it out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not only on
Mm-hmm.
social media, but
Mm-hmm.
also to my email list. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just thought this was a great way. And I had
Mm-hmm.
one gentleman. I know you
Uh-huh.
had given me some, Tiffany, too, and you had
Mm-hmm.
sent out some things also.
Mm-hmm.
One gentleman
Mm-hmm.
came back to me, and this is what he said, and it really touched me.
Okay.
I thank you for helping us. That's what he
Oh,
said. I thank you for helping us.
that's nice. Oh, that means a lot,
So
though.
that means a lot. And I told him that meant a lot. But the
Yeah.
way he said it,
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for helping us. He
Yeah.
didn't say helping me.
Yeah.
He didn't say,
Mhm,
I thank you for putting this out there. He said,
mhm.
helping us.
Yes.
And that's
Mhm,
the way when we talk about collaboration, we
mhm,
are supposed to help one another. See, a
mhm,
lot of people talk about this collaboration thing, okay?
mhm, mhm,
But do they
mhm.
really collaborate? The
Right.
bottom line is it really, are they really collaborating? Because you see, we can
Right.
think deep here.
Mhm,
They talk about collaboration,
mhm.
but when it comes to put the pedal to the metal, are they
Yeah.
right there in the boat with you? Are they
Wow.
right there with you?
Wow. I told you, I'm catching this. I
You
got it.
understand?
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
this is something that could help all of us. Okay. I always believe in giving back.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
And I use my gifts
Yeah.
a lot of times to give back to
Sure.
people, to help other people. And that's
Mhm,
the way we're always supposed to see it, as a
mhm.
way of helping one another. When we
Right. Right.
collaborate together, It's a group effort.
It
We're not
is.
saying about, okay, well, I'm going to get my stuff out here and it's going to sell, sell, sell. No, all of us. It's about all of us. So, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should always be, people. Now, let's see. See, we missed Tiffany for a minute. Yeah, Jean, we have a genuine desire to help others. And we have that desire to help others. And that's the way we supposed to always operate. Having that desire to help one another.
Yes.
And in helping one another, what happens? As an author, you never have to worry about that money coming in.
Right.
Never. Because what happens? You're serving.
Serving
it's
first.
About servanthood.
Serving first.
Serving first. Helping others. And the appreciation will be there.
Absolutely.
And this bring me to another, a couple of weeks ago, I was out in the garage with my husband's friend. He had stopped here because he was in the area. I think he was spending time with his sister because she was going for an operation. And another friend drove up and he came and he said, God put it on my heart to bless you with something because you helped my wife. You helped my wife do something. I forgot what. I think it was something with the website, and she was trying to do what she could. So I spent time help, not looking for anything in return.
Yeah.
And I accepted from him. I accepted it from him.
Yeah.
And I thought that was sweet. Okay. I never asked for anything. I wasn't expecting anything. I was just helping. And that's the way we're supposed to be one to another. When we talk about collaboration, help people reach where they need to be. And how do we do that? We collaborate with one another because each of us have different audiences. Okay. But when we come together as collaboration, what people are going to see? They're going to see all this value in what all these people have. Okay. Maybe they don't need what I have, but they need what you have, Tiffany. Maybe they don't need what you have, but they need what Jean has. Okay. Maybe they don't need what Jean has, but they need what's her name? Regina has. Okay. But and maybe they know somebody that needs what Jean has. Maybe they know somebody that needs what Tiffany has. Maybe they know somebody that needs what Gertrude has. But everybody, okay, they're seeing all these resources. They're not seeing, resources from one person, but they're seeing resources from a collaboration. I think we have maybe 20 vendors.
It's a collective effort. It was a lot.
There was a lot. And this runs all the way to the new year. Okay, and maybe run further than that because maybe it's something that I will change it from holiday guide to something that's going to be on there forever. Okay,
it can definitely grow.
Me, okay,
it can definitely grow.
The title and just use the same information.
Absolutely, and it grows because it's a great resource guide for us to know different individuals to reach. Where can I get this? Where can I get that? This is what's getting ready. And the beautiful thing about it is it's not just in one state. It's not just in one city. This is from all over. And it really is a collaboration. It's a collective. I can get whatever it is. If I want nutrition, if I want books, if I need affirmations, if I need whatever there was a whole lot. And it's not just limited to just books. It's not limited to just health. It's a lot of resources that's in that thing, in that collection guide. So I mean, good night. It's beautiful. And if you haven't seen it, go to your page. And it's on top. It is pinned on your page. If you have no idea what we're making reference to, go to Miss Gertrude's page. She has it pinned to the top of her page. Go there and see the collection of resources that you have so that you'll be able to be helped. It's Christmas season. You never know. You still trying to figure out what gift you want to get somebody. I bet you'll find it in that. In that holiday guide to help you.
Yeah. And then what? When January comes, okay, they want to be the new you. Okay, start off January right with that particular guide, with those particular things, because it has everybody's information there.
It has it.
Everybody's information, but it's a form of collaboration. Collaboration is very important.
It is.
You
It
know,
is.
very, very important. And when people don't collaborate, when they're not cross promoting, when they're thinking about all these other things, they're missing out.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Mm-hmm.
missing out. And this is
Yeah.
something that a lot of authors make that mistake. They look
Mm-hmm.
at it as being competitive. They got to
Yeah.
compete and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They got to
Mm-hmm.
compete. And that's not what it is at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about you. Again, it's not
Mm-hmm.
about you. It's about your
Mm-hmm.
audience.
It's
And,
a collaboration, not a competition.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I reached out. I think it was Friday because I'm in this book collaboration now, getting the authors together, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
probably be something that comes out the beginning of next year. But
Okay.
reaching out for another book collaboration, I put that
Okay.
out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think on Friday. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was Friday. I already got responses for that. Setting
Mm-hmm.
up things,
Good.
setting up people to maximize their potential.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's very important to me. Helping
Yeah.
people to maximize their potential,
Mm-hmm.
serving other people to get them to the point where they just don't have to sit back in the status quo. This is the way it's going to be, and this is
Mm-hmm.
how it's supposed to be. Things, no, no. You got to
Mm-hmm.
create. You got to create.
You have to. You
Trying
got
to
to create.
stir up the gifts that are
Come on
inside
and
of them.
stir it up. Stir it up.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
stir up those gifts. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You got to be able to. That's a great resource, though.
Mhm.
I'm grateful for that. Come on with your
Yeah.
collaborations.
Yeah,
That's a
collaboration is
beautiful thing.
good because
Mm-hmm.
it's going to help them. The way
Mm-hmm.
I do it, it helps them
Mm-hmm.
because it's not, just the book that I'm writing because I'm doing the heavy lifting. All we have to do is just write one chapter or maybe two of
Mm-hmm.
whatever, I'll decide at this particular
Mm-hmm.
time. That's what they had to write the last time. Now with
Mm-hmm.
these new people, I have to
Mm-hmm.
decide what it's going to be. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't thought about that. I know
Yeah.
what the title of the book's going to be and
Yeah.
different things because I have the guideline, but
Mm-hmm.
how much I want them to contribute,
Mm-hmm.
where
Yeah.
it depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a way I teach them,
Sure.
to
Sure.
help them. But I
That's a
think it's a
beautiful
good
thing.
effort.
Heck yeah.
Collaboration
That's the
is
start
good.
of them being an author.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
beautiful.
good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And it takes out the fear, it takes out the overwhelm, and it takes out a lot of things.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's going to help them. That's a good start for them. Then they can
That's
finish
good
strong
stuff.
by them going ahead and doing their own. That's a good start. You got to start someplace. That's a
Yeah,
beautiful thing. Where
yeah.
were you at when I needed you? No.
I don't
Okay.
know. I didn't know you then. I didn't know you then. But that's all right. We know each other now. We know each other now.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
a
well,
beautiful thing. I'm grateful that you're helping somebody's life by at least getting them started with that. So that's a beautiful
yeah.
thing. So I'm gonna tell you if they don't, I appreciate you. So thank you.
Well, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you too, Tiffany. I appreciate you, being a co-host on this show with me because I told you it was a long time since I, was looking for a co-host. It's been a long time,
Mm-hmm.
since I had a co-host because
Yeah.
Joyce Gaines was, with me as a co-host. But that's when
Mhm.
we were on Blog Talk Radio back in
Okay.
2009. And,
Uh-huh.
it's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
2009 when we decided, I decided to come out of the local market
Uh-huh.
and, broadcast to a worldwide market.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
So,
mhm.
it's something I
Super great.
enjoy,
Yeah.
bringing value to people, as we wrapping up,
Mhm,
bringing value to people where they could maximize their potential and see
mhm,
that, there's much more to them than they
mhm.
ever realize. And that
Yeah.
there's certain things to help them,
Mhm.
save time and avoid making costly mistakes that
Yeah.
will, help them project them into increase, into
Sure.
finishing strong.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
That's my
Yeah.
desire for people to finish strong, to
Yeah.
use what's inside of them to
Yeah. Yeah.
create
Yeah.
whatever they
Yeah.
need instead of
Yeah.
always looking outside of themselves and trying to bring things in. Take from
Mhm.
inside and put it out there,
Get
and
it
they'll
out.
never
Yeah.
run. They will never run dry.
Never run dry. Absolutely. That's good stuff. That's good, girl. You came out. You came out hitting. You
Came
came
out
out
here.
hitting. You came out hitting.
Yeah.
You hitting today. Yeah,
We hitting
absolutely, girl.
today,
You
huh? We
definitely.
hitting it today. But we got to make
Yeah.
sure that we get the mindset where
Yeah.
they'll set set their minds in a direction for this upcoming year.
Sure.
Yeah, so the minds will be transformed before
Mm-hmm.
the holiday season kicks
Mm-hmm.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, they're gonna get it right. They're gonna get it
Yeah,
right.
get it right. So
Yes, sir.
we hope that we brought value to what you heard today on this broadcast,
Oh
and
yeah.
we look forward to seeing you the next time. Don't forget
Yeah.
to share this broadcast out with your friends or whoever may need to hear this, and to
Mm-hmm.
realize that there's always a way to do things the correct way to save
Yeah.
time and
Yeah.
overcome this overwhelm that you may be facing.
Right.
So
Right.
with that being said, remember this. This is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a
Right.
great rest of your day.
Good night.